Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Cat Detective Albert Wilde. I have learned that the checkpoints in this game do not checkpoint if you're just on the map, because I just had to redo all this stuff with Francis. So I just pressed X and mashed through it. Let's go to the police archives.
I've never been one to play by the book, mostly because I can barely read. But sometimes to solve a case, you've got to play nice with the manimal. That's why I'm headed to the police archives. I want to lay my pretty eyes on what the cops actually found at the scene and check out what they were actually able to piece together for themselves, which probably won't be much. Not like the police do much to solve crime in this city.
There's a big bump in the scream effects. Albert clearly ran over someone else again.
Which is a good thing, sometimes. Hope nobody noticed that.
Oh, welcome to City PD Archives. Can I help you? Yes, interested in evidence for a case I'm investigating? Boy, did you come to the wrong place. Wouldn't the police archives be the right place? You must be new. Expecting me to get out of my chair. Let's just the door out. Archives. Yeah, can you help? What do you mean, came to the wrong place? All case evidence is filed here, right? Filed, sure. What's that supposed to mean? See this trunk? Means I never forget. Means the police department can scrimp on actually maintaining a functional filing system for everything. Means everything just get chucked in the back and locked away while I retain all the important info. Saves them a whole dollar. Okay, well then if you remember everything, then maybe you remember the case of the strange cat body. It happened the other night? Doesn't ring a bell. This happened literally less than 48 hours ago. What happened to the trunk meaning you never forget? I took trunk enhancers. Let me in. Can't I at least go in the back to check the archives myself? I don't mind doing your job for you. I mean, I don't mind checking for myself. Nah? Could you be a bit more specific? Not as in unforbidden, not as in I need permission, not as in you can't be bothered to get out of your chair and open the door, not as in the only people allowed back there are the ones dropping off evidence. The last thing you said too. Only drop-offs. What about when someone in your department wants to take another look at things to try and crack the case? You realize that never, ever happens, right? There. So the only time anyone goes back there is to drop off evidence on a totally unrelated and casual note. Submitting evidence. Find evidence for a case. How would I submit it? You follow the procedure. And what's the procedure? I forget. You're really bad, this whole elephant thing, huh? Jeez, calm down. No need to get hot under the collar. Hot under the collar, did you say? This collar is evidence. I've got some evidence for an ongoing case of burning a hole in my fur. Can I give it to you, or? No, wait, I just remember the procedure. The evidence has got to be properly bagged, wrapped, whatever. And to take it as is. There's a wrapping station over there. We were using for the annual police Christmas wrapping charity drive. We earned one whole quarter. Bye. Thanks for your, help. Whatever. Bye. Wrapping station? Is it to the left then? Wrapping station. And he gracefully wrapped the collar. Hello, it's wrapped. Here, it's wrapped. Okay, I've wrapped the evidence like you requested. Now, if you could take it and file it under the warehouse cat corpse case. Hold on, I just remembered another part of the procedure. Why it all has to be wrapped up. It's protects the integrity of the physical evidence. Nah, it's because it has to be submitted by a registered mail or courier. Make sure it gets to us safely. But I'm standing right here, ready to hand you the evidence. How much more safely is it gonna get to you than that? I mean, you never know. I could drop it in my coffee or something. Besides, I don't feel like working right now. Yeah, courier to bring it by later. Remind me of the procedure. What's the procedure for submitting evidence again? Sorry, I forgot. Of course you do. You're not an elephant like me. Once the evidence is properly wrapped, it has to be submitted by registered courier, door-to-door delivery. So I don't know, go find a door that belongs to you or your business and get a courier to come to it for pickup, I guess. Make sure you're alright. I will remember. Let's go to my office then?
So, looks like the police archivist is as helpful as the rest of the cops in this city. Screw them. Once I get this caller into the archive, I can look for myself. And all it will take is a quick phone call to my local courier. I sure hope I paid my phone bill.
Phone.
Whoa, there's a dial tone. Guess the check to the phone company didn't bounce. Yet.
Volt time velocity courier. Our speed is our service. We're already there at your destination, handing over your package. Yeah, great. I've got package to deliver. No problem, we're on our way. I haven't even told you where the package is going. It's 14604 Hallway. No problem, we'll be here in the jiffy. Our speed is our service. How did you do that? We pride ourselves on our speed, and part of that's knowing where your package is going before you do. Anyway, we're almost there. Well, don't you need to pick up the package first? I'm at apartment 23, 950 950 Lizard Lane, got it. We'll be there shortly. Remember, our speed is our service.
Huh. That was weird. I wonder if... Wow, that was fast.
Hello. Here for pickup, sir. Okay, that's impressively fast. We aim to impress, sir. Like our motto says, our speed is our service. Just hand me the package and I'll be off in a jiffy. I don't have to pay you or something? No need. For the sake of convenience and speed, we've already billed your bank account for the full amount. Well, that's it. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't... You know what? Never mind. Let's just get this over with. Here's the pack. Got it. On my way. We'll let you know once delivery is complete. Remember, our speed is our service.
Huh. There goes a fox who loves his job, I guess. Okay. Maybe he loves it a bit too much.
Look, I know speed is your service, but this has now gone from impressively speedy to unnecessarily speedy. How am I supposed to fit in a catnap if you don't take your... Time? Excuse me, Mr. Wilde.
The minute she walked into my office, I knew she was bad news. The kind of bad news when you order the seafood special and the waiter tells you they're all out. And
Mr. Wilde?
she was all doe eyes and wolfish smile. Or maybe the other way around.
Hello?
Her canine coyness setting my feline feelings on edge.
Mr. Wilde, is anyone in there? Depends on who you ask. What can I do for you, Miss, G? Just Mrs. G will do. Did you get my note? What note? The note I left yesterday on your door. Oh, that note. Oh, yeah, I totally, remember. You mean, your note? You mean, totally. So you're, MG, right? Yes, that is me, MG, from Mrs. G. Ironclad alias. Good. Can't be too careful in the city. So, what seems to be the trouble, Mrs. G? I am having some trouble in my life right now and want to hire you to help me. What sort of trouble? Wait a minute. Let me guess. Stalking! The hunter has become the hunted. The predator is now the prey, and you are being stalked. I can tell from your tilt of your ear, listening out for danger. Uh-huh. Stalked. Followed. Trailed. Snuck up on. You get the idea? Mr. Wilde, I thought you said you received my note. I did, yes. I read it very carefully, including the bit about, Oh, right. You want to talk about your husband. Let me guess, your husband is in with the mob. He's fallen in with a bad crowd, hasn't he? A little alone here, a little gambling there. Now he's on the run from an actual, honest-to-God, sharks. Why else would your nose be twitching so often? What? Don't worry, Mrs. G. I'm no stranger to the filthy flea-ridden underbelly of this town. I'll find your husband before the mob do. Actually, I know exactly where my husband is. He's in his room. Well, that's not much of a mystery for me to solve then, is it? Well, glad I was able to help. I'm sending my bill. You are not listening. My husband is not coming out of his room. He is not letting me in. Well, he might be doing, you know, private things. For a month. Okay, yeah, that's a bit much. Do you know why he's refusing to leave his room? No, that is why I want to hire you, Mr. Wilde. I want to know why my beloved Eddie suddenly shut me out. And you think I can figure it out? Well, I suppose you are technically a detective from what I have heard. Sorry, ma'am, but I'm a busy cat. I'm currently but glands deep in the murder case. Well, maybe not murder, but there is a dead body in the mystery, so that's almost as good as murder. So I really don't have time to play marriage counselor. I'll pay you a triple your usual rate. I will make the time to play marriage counselor.
The minute she walked into my office, I knew she was good news. The kind of good news when you order the seafood special and you get an extra prawn on the side.
Mr. Wilde, are you monologuing? Oh, part of my full detective service package, ma'am. As it's investigating, so why don't you sit down and tell me about it? I feel bad over. Actually, I cannot stay. I am on the way to a doctor's appointment, so I cannot tell you anything right now. That will make the investigation harder, to be sure, but it's fine. I like a challenge, especially if it means I get to rack up my bill. I know. Why don't you come by our place? I'll have a time later to answer your questions, and maybe you can speak with Eddie. Yeah, I have our address written down. When you have a moment, please come. I'm out of my mind about poor Eddie, and you're the best. The only, here, technically, a hope I have. Put down my business card, ma'am. I'll drop by later, then.
Well, that's a lucky gig that definitely has nothing to do with the big case. Good thing, too, seeing as the big case ain't paying. Now, crap. What was I doing before she showed up? Oh, right. The plot's calling.
Hello? Good news, sir. Your package has been delivered. Gotta take my hat off for your speedy service. Mind you, I don't wear a hat, so never mind. Tell me, did you see where they put the package? Like, say, in the back rooms or something? Didn't stick around to see, sir. Had to rush to the next job. As I always say, speed is our service. Yeah, I get it. Well, thanks anyway. Is there any...
Guess their wrap-up is as fast as their delivery. Now what? Who is it this time?
Oy, oy, oy.
Who is it now? The courier with my package again. Mrs. G, with more about the case.
No, just me with some leftover casserole, sweetie. Want any? Oh, Deb, you're a lifesaver. How come you always treat me so well? Well, judging by all the new clients and jobs you're working, I figure it won't be long before you end up in legal trouble again. Which means... Let I'll be paying another piglet's way through college. Right. Well, thanks for the casserole. And the ride earlier. And, the ride I'll be calling for later, probably. Don't mention it. I'll send you my invoice.
And I will ignore it, but feel real bad about it.
Alright. So, got Mrs. G, the bookstore, police archives. Well, let's go to the clock shop. No monologue this time for the clock shop. Alright. Is there... Oh, we're outside. Is there anything else out here? No. Let's... Do you have anything new to say? No. Alright. Capsule. The archives!
They'll have filed the caller under the evidence for my case by now, which means I'll teleport right into the file I need to see. Hope their file folders are big and sturdy enough to contain my awesomeness. What the? A garbage can? They threw the caller in the garbage. Glad to see the city PD is filing its evidence with due care and process. Something to look forward to while I look up the case file.
Ah. I see. Well, time to start going through archives. Case.
Let's see. Case 263. Received noise complaint in regards to a Husky convention. Interviewed the organizer for official statement. I'd say our tax dollars at work, but not like I pay my taxes anyway. Anyway, that's not it.
This one?
Case 111. Traffic accident on East 3rd. Suspects an illegal ring of Armadillo street racers, based off scale impressions taken from victim's face. No, this isn't it. You'd think weird cat corpse case files would be easy to find. Mind you, maybe it would be if I knew the first thing about filing systems.
Well, down here.
Case 419. Another complaint lodged against Albert Watt. Hey, that's me. Wait, how many other complaints against me are in here? Too many to go through, and still no sign of the file I need. All right, doing one more than throwing up my paws.
How many more are there? One more.
Case 5990. Unusual feline body discovered in... Wait, this is it. This is the entire police file for the case. This is every piece of evidence, every note taken. This is a joke, right? There's like 2 pages in here, and half a page is just a stick figure drawing of the body with a frowny face. Body found under, This bit's partly crossed out. Implosion, then explosion, then hole in roof. That's odd. Body appears to be a small feline consistent with case 4666. As such, no further investigation needed or authorized. Send all case materials to janitorial to be recycled as toilet paper. Maybe it's a good thing their filing system is as deficient as their investigation skills. I'd hate to be fishing scraps of paper off Officer Hippo's rear end. Case 4666. So something like this has happened before. Sounds like I need to do some more reading, which is a sentence I never thought I'd be saying.
There's another case file to find. There's one to investigate here.
Case 4666. Here we go. Dated a few months prior. Let's see what's in here. A lot of redactions. That's what. I haven't seen this many strike-throughs and black marker on a piece of paper since the last time a lady gave me her number. The whole case file is redacted to heck and back. How am I supposed to make out any of it? Hang on. There are some bits where the marker started dying. Guess police funding didn't extend to their stationery supply. A little squinting with my keen feline eyes, and I can make out cat. I guess that's something. Come on, eyeballs. Strain. Strain harder. Narrow those pupils. Is that appeared? Unusual? Unknown? Roof hole? Sounding awful familiar. Something about released into custody. What? Some evidence? Property? Another body? Someone living and released to who? Claimant? Parties involved, including... Ugh, I can barely make out the letters.
D-O-M-D.
Let's see. D. Dom. Dom D. Dom D. Wait. They couldn't mean Dom the Dolphin, the terror of 10th Street, head of the Sharks and Shirts gang. They say if you cross him, you'll sleep with the fishes. That's because he locks you in a fish cannery for the night. Best botched job of my life, really. Ugh, can't quite make it out. Ren. No, Ran. Utan. Wait. Gutan. Orangutan. Head of the hairy apes. Even I know about them. And that's really saying something. I thought they kept to their side of 10th Street. Guess Oran's got a long reach. You know, being an orangutan and all. M-A-N. Wait. Manny the Mantis. Again. Is that twice he's gotten involved in these cat cases? Wait. Never mind. That's an I, not an A. I should actually learn to read someday. M-I-N-K-Y-J-O. Minky. The Mink Jones. He runs the Rabbit Rodents gang, I think. So not the underworld boss I thought it was. Just another underworld boss. So, one cat case, 3 names. All prominent members of the criminal underworld. Counting Manny the Mantis in my case, and that makes... Hang on. Let me get out my calculator. 4. 4 underworld bosses all involved somehow with weird cases involving weird cats. Which means... absolutely nothing to me. Given I don't know the first thing about the criminal underbelly of this town. I'm too busy minding my own underbelly, thanks. It's getting a little saggy. Besides, how am I supposed to know the secret ins and outs of this town's criminal underworld? Not like I work in a job where that information would be useful or anything. No. I'm gonna need to run this info by someone who knows this stuff. Someone who's not only seen this city's seedy underbelly, but who's given it a scritch and a rub while saying, "Who has the cutest criminal underbelly? That's you." Which rules out pretty much every cop in this town. Meaning I'll need to find someone who's actually part of that world. But where would I find them? Not here, that's for sure.
4666, investigate the archives. Now to get out of here.
Alright. Now the tough part. How to get out of here. I'm imagining that since this is all their classified files, it must be under pretty heavy lock and key. That they apparently forgot to actually lock. Great elephanting, I gotta say.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here. I'm calling the police. Aren't you the police? Damn it, you're right. Ugh, doesn't mean I have to call myself. Doesn't mean I have to actually work. That's not what I took this job for. Right, well, while you work that out, speaking of calling people who are supposed to be helpful, I should probably call for a ride. Can I borrow your phone? You know what? Means you leave before I have to actually do anything? Please do. Thanks for giving me a ride, Deborah. Again. You do seem to be needing a lift a lot lately. Not that I mind, but have you considered taking the bus? In this city? You realize the giant police force budget means no budget for transit, right? You'd be lucky if a bus came every other ice age. I'm just saying, as much as I'm happy with the arrangement, bus fare is less than my retainer. Again, in this city, I wouldn't be so sure. Besides, I'm a detective. I got an image to maintain. Hard-boiled. Worldly wise. The kind of guy who's too cool to take a bus. I mean, you're currently sitting on a sticky lollipop my daughter left on the back seat, so...
Hard-boiled detective.
Alright. Let's...
This is not a walking distance.
Alright, tab. Okay. Let's... Would help. Visit backs. This is Mrs. G case. Yes. Go to the bookstore?
I'm headed to the front cover. A little independent bookstore with one heck of a secret in the back. See, it's a joke. The super secret speakeasy is called the back cover. It's hidden in the back of the store, and look, it was funnier in my head, alright? Wait, this is my head. Anyway, there's only one drink in this town that smells like the ashtray of an elderly, chain-smoking rhino filled with whiskey and orange juice. Only one drink, served by only this one speakeasy. And as far as I know, only ordered by one particular regular. I always liked this bookstore. It's cozy, welcoming.
Ah, say, old chap. What are you doing here once you kicked out of the back room? Just shopping. Hey, can I look for some reading material? Of course, old chap. Given your track record, might I recommend some of our guides on DIY repair and legal defense? Either way, suit yourself. What happens in the back room doesn't concern me. Well, unless it has to do with how many copies of The Invisible Monkey we have back there. You want to get in, talk to Sergey. But I'm afraid you may not get far with him without a new password. Or an abject apology. Animal Farm was so disappointing. Who wants to read a treatise on proper techniques for running a farm? Okay, it's the other hallway. Hi. Can I help you, old chap? About the bookstore. So, how's business? The business of selling books, I mean. Not the other business? Oh, about as well as a little independent bookstore can be doing in this economy. Which is to say, terribly. Luckily, the other business is doing quite well. Thanks very much. They pay me a cut to stand out here surrounded by books all day, so I'm not fussed. All this business has to do is present a respectable front. So, fair to say that front cover is the cover for the back cover. Of course, dear boy. Don't you know how books work? Oh, you mean the other thing? Yes, that too. into the speakeasy. So if a very contrite and currently sober former patron wanted to get into, the back rooms, wink wink, how would he go about it? Well, first, my boy, he tried to be slightly less obvious about the surreptitious winking. As you know, he'd also need the password. The current password, not the password he knew last week. And that's it. I wouldn't have to do anything else, like make a personal apology or pay for the dry cleaning. My dear chap, a password's a password. If you know it, you get to go in. And what else are they supposed to do? Turn me away anyway? It sounds like someone doesn't know how passwords work. So what's the new password? So I figure a smart, educated, worldly animal like you has gotta have figured out the new password by now. Oh, I didn't have to. They told me. Oh, well, that makes it easy. What's the new password? Oh, sorry, chap. I tell you, except for the bit where they told me you're the last animal in the world, I'm allowed to tell it too? Yeah, right. Like I'd be the last animal to tell you to tell next to all the cops working a vice in the city. You are literally lower on the list than them, yes. Oh, what happened? I just wanted to apologize for the incident that happened in the back. Oh, no skin off my nose, dear chap. If anything, you helped out my end of the business. I sold a lot of how to get stains out of fabric and body disposal methods. So I was sorry. Did you? I heard you were drunk and yelling very insalubrious things about the customer's mother. Hey, the old dame deserved it. She can throw a mean right hook. Oh, Sergey. So, Sergey, he's a new bouncer? I mean, the new totally legitimate shelf stalker, right? Oh, that's right. I want to try my luck with him, though. So what happened to the last person who tried to get in without a password? What happened to them? They were firmly turned away from the door. Ghastly, if only they'd greased their paws a little. How would greasy paws help? You have to wrestle him or something? No, I mean... Well, he didn't hear this from me, but the fine folk in the back are paying a poor, petrifying Sergey in pennies from a seat cushion. And not a nice seat cushion either. He never complains. He just has been known to get conveniently distracted when someone gives him money, food, clothing, pretty much anything, really. Look, McCrum, what the heck? Might as well do some shopping while I'm here. Any good books you think I'd like? You can read? Hey, I read a lot. Reading parking tickets counts, right? Well, old chap, given your limited taste, perhaps something classic will expand your palate. Mayhaps of mice and more mice? Ooh, is that a cookbook? My dear chap, it's a tragic tale of the animal condition and how society crushes the dreams of the lower classes. Okay, but do they eat at the end? Just saying that the title alone is making my mouth water. I'm good, thanks. I think I found my way around. Thank you. Not that very much. Rightio, chap. Ask me if you need anything. Let's go back here. Hey, Sergey. Cat. Try some small talk. Bear. So, been working here long? It's such a cool bookstore. I have known the owner a while. My name is... I know who you are, Cat. You are not getting in while Sergey stand watch. Not without password. What about with password? Then you are getting in while Sergey stand watch. Sergey gave you very intimidating judgmental glare as you pass. Apologize for the incident. Look, I just want to say I'm sorry for what happened that time, and that I've learned my lesson. No more licking spilled bourbon from the floor. So, are we good? Yeah. Okay. Can I at least go in and express my apologies directly to the bartender? Yeah. And how am I supposed to say sorry and have everything forgiven? You don't. So I'm looking for a book. Do you have Tequila Mockingbird in the back? Nice try, Cap. A password has changed. Your password no good anymore. Wait, they changed it already? This password should be good for at least another 2 weeks. I only cycle it once a month. That was before Silly Cat make mess of bar. And stage. And ceiling. The ceiling? I don't remember that. That is why you never get to know password and you never go to back room again. Now run on, silly cat. Try bribing? Look, let's forget all that password nonsense. Any chance I could, you know, give you something to sayings? Nudge nudge, wink wink. Sergey will accept the money? Oh, you and me both, buddy. But I'm afraid I've got a temporary case of brokeness. And Sergey will accept item and trade that can be sold for money? Like what? A kidney would be acceptable. Oh, let's not get too hasty. Oh, let's see what I have to trade. Offer the collar. How about a nice shiny new collar for your collection? A collar. Not just any collar. A stylish designer collar made from authentic material. And as you can probably smell, it carries its own unique fragrance. Truly a singular collector's item. Okay, I'll assume the fact that you're shoving it in your pocket like it's a discarded candy wrapper means that you accept my gift. So I can just go in now. Yeah. What? I bribe you. I gave you a gift and everything. You give Sergey a gift that Sergey would need to pay Sucker to take off paws. Sergey not owe you anything, cat. Well, fine. Keep it then. Not like I want for some incredibly genius plan involving teleportation or anything. I mean, not like I want it or anything. I've gotta go. You, keep guarding that storeroom back there, Sergey. Okay, so do I need to go back to the clock? Please.